Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! Okay, so, we just had quite a bit of excitement going on, gotta say. Now that things have calmed down, I suppose now is actually a good time to take a moment to let everything sink in here. So apparently Perrin here is the Coal Rod, the guy who will summon the Geiken to destroy the world. And that's a bummer. You know, it's almost a cliche that the hero of the story would accidentally doom everyone. Like, either by finding an artifact or opening a door they're not supposed to, or being tricked by the bad guys to do their bidding. I have a feeling something like that is going to happen. Makes me wonder, what is up with the bald guy we've been seeing? Well, answers to come, I guess. Now here's my next question. What is this place? Because this is not the forest we just came from. Let's kind of take a look around and see if we can find anything of significance. I found a treasure. It's not significant, but it's always a good thing to find. What is this place? A good question, actually. Do I want to be here? Is an oasis beach of some sort? Would we perhaps be escaping here eventually? Possibly. And considering the question mark nature of this place, I have a feeling that this place is not important yet. But we'll definitely want to be looking around here eventually. So, we'll just ignore it for the time being. More treasure here, more treasure here. I am looking forward to the time when I get to spend money again. I don't know what I'll be spending money on. Okay, next thing on the to-do list. Where was it? There it was. Let's go ahead and explore whatever this place is. An optional dungeon that we'll be doing on our own? Actually, I'm not sure. No. Not an optional dungeon. I mean, it might be an optional dungeon. Hold on a sec. Nope, that didn't do anything. So we got two places here that are super mysterious and not entirely sure what they are for. Well, that's okay. Means we can just go ahead and get right on trying to continue the plot. What's this way? Not a way. Plot it is. Oh, more of you, huh? Yeah, you do not want to mess with me right now. Okay, I know where we are. We're eventually somewhere here. Yeah, that shockwave is definitely good to have. Actually, I'm not entirely certain where we are. I mean, we're in the Ring Desert again, so there's that. But where in the desert are we? Is this a place we've explored before, or an entirely different section? It's probably an entirely different section. Because this place is pretty dang big. Anything of interest in this direction? This looks familiar. This is probably a direction we've been before. I think. At some point I will have to go ahead and just take a big old look in these areas to see what stuff I can find. Well, in any case, we're following the compass. I believe we're trying to escape back to Hyola Town. Not entirely sure how smart that is, considering how creepy the place was. There was also that road figure that we were talking to. They were telling us that we should meet them at some place, I forget. And it's not Hyola Town. We are heading to Hyola Town. For the most part. I'm actually kind of curious what's off in this direction. That looks like a cave of some sort. Because if it is. I'm kind of wondering if this shockwave weapon hurts the bats. Let's find out. That was a little harder to trigger than it should have been. I gotta remember to hold the attack button for the double attack. I don't have to repeatedly press it. Repeatedly pressing it is probably making this not work so good. Oh yeah, and of course, I've been separated from all of my teammates. Thankfully, the enemies here are kind of old and easy to deal with. You know what? I'm just going to keep going. Except for the ones who are in my way. Is there going to be another silver gray green chest here somewhere? I might as well use the healing. It regens anyway. Yeah, the shockwave definitely is useful. Okay, I think I know what the real issue here is. When I'm being hit, it breaks my combo. Okay. Where's this? I was not expecting a dungeon within a dungeon. Another one of these. Well, I can't step 4 spaces down from it. That looks important. So, get rid of you guys, and I got a red key. It was indeed important. That is an exit also, by the way. I might as well finish exploring the rest of this place. How unfortunate that I reset the enemies here. Also, the music's changed. I guess this map is set to just continue whatever music was playing. It was continuing the dungeon theme, but now it's continuing the Highlands playing theme. Treasure there. Whatever. What's over here? Treasure. Alright. A red-eye cape. Well, since I'm by myself, I'll go ahead and take a look at that right now. Oh, it's armor. Okay. Increases attack and allows the user to cast red aura. What is red aura? Don't know. Guess it's not a thing that I myself can equip, learn, use, that sort of thing. I'll have to wait until I get my party members back. Now I'll grab that treasure there real quick, and then we'll make our way back out onto the Highlands. Lesser mana amulet. I think we've already had something like that. No. we got other amulets. I don't necessarily need the extra attack. Alright, let's get out of this place and see where we can continue the plot. Boy, combat is actually a little bit more difficult whenever I don't have my teammates fending these guys off. Where are we exactly? Well, like I said, I kind of want to move on with the plot, so the less aimless wandering, the better. Let's just go ahead and head up to Hyola Town. Or we could head to this. This is good too. Would you like some armor? Yes. I found a shop. Typical tunic. You don't really have great stuff, do you? Well, I'll take this. The extra defense will certainly be helpful. You got anything of interest here? Nope, guess not. I cannot walk past the candle. Random farm. Another building. Wait, are we at a town? I found a town! I think this is that town that I saw while I was looking at the maps included with the game. Oh yeah, I just remember. There's that whole thing where people won't like it if you're rooting through their houses, stealing their stuff. I don't necessarily know if that's coming into play right now. Yeah, Hyola Town can wait. I got this town to explore. History of Pleus Prelude. Okay. In the beginning, light was given life, and it took the form of fire. From fire, water was condensed, earth was molded, and air was synthesized. Oh, it's synthetic. Together, these elements created their own sentience, making way for the four creators of our world, the goddesses. They crept to this world and gave life to humanity, the sole and rightful owners of what presides around us. And in the heart of the world, the Holy Four gave us Pleus, the sovereign land of our ancestors, where all was created. When humanity was first given sentience, they pulled their resources together to create Ring, the metropolis that signifies our dominance over the lesser beings that crawl beneath us, hoping to one day gain the goddess's favor. You know, these holy books tend to really, put humans on a high horse, so to speak. And we encourage them to. I prefer not to. There are other lands outside of Pleus, of course, such as the mysterious Kepengan and island city of Jokan. But it is here in the heartland where the four pay us most mind, and it is important for all Pleusians to understand where we came from and how our nation is held together to better comprehend the importance of our existence. For without this understanding, we fall to the gray, the being that negates our progenitors. That is why our faith is needed. We must reject the gray, follow the doctrines, and understand ourselves. In the next volume, we will be learning about Ring's long and prosperous history, the making of the legendary godsend it is today. So is the Grey supposed to be like the devil or something? Canthar's Rose. There was once a snobbish prince. He was very selfish and disrespectful of everyone around him, and it was all because he believed himself better than everyone else. Well, yeah, these books are kind of teaching that to humans, right? None of you servants are allowed to wash my clothes anymore, he would say, believing himself to be better at laundering. All of you are to be sent to prison for your incompetence. But when the guards tried to take the servants away, the prince denied them. You are too incompetent to do this, he would yell, and so he would do it himself, imprisoning his servants. Then one day a fellow by the name of Canther met with the prince and told him that there was one thing he was better at than he, and the prince demanded to know what it was. Canther, however, refused to tell him. Instead, he ran for the hills. The prince sent all of his men to search for Canther, but when they returned empty-handed, he went himself, believing that he was more capable. And in the end, the prince found Canther lying in the woods dead. On his chest was a note that read, "I'm better at dying." Yeah, that's probably one thing that I would not want to prove. Enraged, the prince brought his corpse back to his castle and buried him within the garden. He released his servants and ordered that they use his corpse to act as a soil for the roses. And when a rose finally bloomed many months later, the prince laughed. "You still live, Canther," he scoffed. "Thus I am better than you." And the prince slit his throat, falling to the ground. That is an amazing story, and I love it. Oh, hi there, person. Hope you don't mind barging me, or hope you don't mind me barging into your house and reading all your books. Read that one. Doctrines of the Holy Four. Read that one. History, Please, Volume 2, The Kindness Highlands. I'm pretty sure I read this one. Yeah. History of... It's no fun having duplicates, is it? I think I have 2 copies of Raiders of the Lost Ark on the Atari. Don't ask me how that happened. Oh, here we are. Understanding the Grey on the Grey God itself. Yeah, let's learn a little bit more about this Grey. Without knowing that such a being exists, any Pleiadian will have experienced the Grey's influence in one way or another. Its incorporeal effects takes the form of doubt and faithlessness, as many would know, but unlike what many would like to believe, there are physical affectations. These take the forms of creatures that cannot be fully understood. They are not natural wildlife, like wolves and deer. They are something altogether more heinous. Slime... Or would that be heinous or heinous? Probably heinous. Slime, broodlings, images, Varshis, Kith. These are all embodiments of the influence the Grey has on this world. What exactly is the Grey, you might ask? In a word, negation. The 4 goddesses created our world with the elements, but without such elements there is nothing. This nothing possesses an identity that wishes only for silence, or the death of us all in our world. This is the true identity of the Grey. Sounds very much like the Geiken. They desire this nothingness as well. Such hatred and evil claims lesser souls that bleed in from its world, reputed to be the mythological realm of the Urak in the east, Dark Isle. So is that where we're going to find the Urak grass in? Finally, I know where to go. I'm sure the plot will bring us there at some point. As native creatures enter Pleias without a strength of will and faith, as is inherent with humans, the Grey overtakes them and they become its servants in destruction. The series will be cataloging them so that you, the reader, can better understand the absolute enemy of the 4 goddesses and why it is so important that we continue to uphold our faith and reject all that is against our world. Definitely interested in learning more of that. Here's one of the gray. Slime. We've already fought those. Yeah, they're common to the peninsula and White Island. It is believed that this odd creature is native to the northwestern country of Nickbiru, which roughly translates to Land of Hope. It is believed that when settlers came in from this distant land, they brought with them a kind of virus that the Grey took hold of during the Northern Event, and it became the gelatinous mound one can see today. While its hostility and level of sentience is mostly unknown, what is known is that the species prefers moist areas away from most other creatures. According to various tests, what makes up the slime is actually quite nutritious and tasty, making it a prime target for predators. It is able to hold its own against creatures like bats and the like, so it is likely the two are seen together. Of course, do not mistake its skittish nature for passivity. It is just as dangerous as anything created by the Grey, even if easier to kill. One should never underestimate a monster. So the Grey basically spawns monsters. It sounds like. You look familiar. Are you that one lady we met before? Probably. No, wait. You look like her. Greetings, traveler. Are you perhaps a pilgrim seeking information on the spring to the north? Sure, spring. One of the four springs of Pleius. Normally it is where one would be able to commune with the Lady Hetrana, but at the moment she is doing battle with the Grey. Well, this episode is going to be about the Grey. Do you not know of it? It is the greatest evil this world could ever know. Lady Hetrana and the other three gave life through the elements, fire, water, earth, and air. But the Grey God is the absence of life, of the world. If it wasn't for the Lady of Fire, we would be plunged into eternal darkness and death. We have much to be grateful for. And we could repeat that information if we want. But let's ask about the pilgrims. Not as much as I'm sure Lady Hetrana would appreciate, but we here remain faithful, as should you, being a child of herself. That's debatable. It is said that the northern event happened because those in the lands were beginning to go against our four goddesses, and the Grey finally took hold. Okay, finally, let's learn about this northern event. Oh, it is not something many speak of. Just understand that it was a movement of sorts. Lady Hetrana was weakened by faithlessness, and the Grey sought to consume all. Well, didn't get as much information on that as I was hoping. But I will take whatever information I can get. So this has not been a bad distraction. This place was worth discovering. If I am remembering the map I saw correctly, this town is on the eastern side of the Kinnis Highlands. You want a room? Yeah, sure. Don't really need it. Inns in this game have been relatively pointless. Except when the plot dictates. This is that one. Yeah, that's the one we just read earlier. What is this place anyway? Does this town have a name? I feel like it would have a name. Would you like to buy something? Yes. What you got? Give me arrows. All the arrows that I can carry. I still haven't found a character that can use bombs. but I'll buy 11 of them, because I'm sure we'll be getting some when the character joins, but they won't give us a full stock. What is it? Did you need something? Who are you? I'm Bonk. It's not official, but I try to guard this town from any troublemakers. Not that there are that many these days, aside from the Awk ones. What are you doing? Taking a break. I've recently come across a lone fortress north of here, and that usually spells trouble. If I had to guess, it belongs to the Awk ones. So I'm settling my nerves before going in to try and clear it out. How do you know it belongs to them? Is what I would ask, but I'm afraid if I choose this option, I won't get the chance to help. So, I can help you. You're willing to come along? You do know that we're not just going to go there and talk, right? Alright, I suppose I could use the backup. Meet me at the fort to the north. We'll both clear it out and make the Highlands just a bit safer. Cool! I've acquired an optional quest, right? Yep, this is it. Also, we've changed quests apparently, now that we've discovered that we're the guy who's going to destroy the world, more or less. Alright, cool. Well, with that in mind, is there anything else nearby I should take a look at? There's a person here and another house I haven't explored yet. However, at this point, I think I should go ahead and take us into our first episode break of the stream. We'll be right back.